world's weirdest restaurants takes you to Germany for a dinner in the sky.
I'm a bit nervous, yeah.
We have liftoff. Then we're off to the Ukraine to have borscht in a bunker. That's just a little bit weird ski. Then we journey to Japan to dine with the dead. This actually comes in kind of handy. And finally, landing in LA to get our hands messy with a medieval meal.
This is your knife, this is your fork.
Surely you joust. I've got a dentist appointment. Hold on to your hat, because you're about to discover what happens when you combine fine dining with a pie-in-the-sky idea. It's exhilarating and terrifying all at the same time.
Dinner in the Sky is an absolutely extraordinary dining experience because you're dining 150 feet in the air. I'm a bit nervous, yeah.
Dinner in the Sky offers a $100 economy flight with appetizers and a $300 business flight with a 3-course set menu.
As we are in Munich here, it's Bavarian food, of course. And yeah, we do like regional specialties.
Including Glühwein, which is a mulled wine, homemade pretzels, and Oubilées, a cheesy concoction served up on pumpernickel. That crane operator hits go, I mean, that thing takes off like a bullet.
We have between 8 or 10 flights every day.
Do you have a fear of heights at all?
I'll tell you in 2 minutes.
You've got the 2 chefs with 2 counters. This counter is for the prep, and over here they have 2 induction burners so they can heat the food in the sky. What's the thing that scares you the most about your upcoming experience?
So high.
There can't be very many other chef jobs where you have to strap yourself in a harness.
I'm not nervous, I'm a skydiver, and it's gonna be fun.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Houston, we have liftoff. Is this making you nervous?
A little bit.
Oh, don't look down. We're rising at a pretty quick speed and spinning at the same time. Just behind me here is the location for Oktoberfest, and we are higher than the Ferris wheel at Oktoberfest. Prost. Prost. Wow, I'm so impressed. I was expecting a boxed lunch at best, and I can see here that it's a very complex tasting course, including hot and cold bites. Ah, thank you, chef. Wow, imagine taking a wedge of camembert cheese and folding in some more butter and some heavy cream. That's amazing. When was the last time you were 150 feet up in the air enjoying something like this?
I don't think about this. I'm on the floor.
I should remind you.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Look forward, eyes forward.
When people get scared, we give them the advice to not to look down.
When I tell them don't look down, they look down.
We're starting to spin, which is incredible because, you know, even in a restaurant with the most amazing view, you really don't get a chance to see absolutely everything, right?
Yeah.
But here we're going to get a complete 360 view.
You can see our crew member spinning the table so the people can see in all different directions. He's spinning it very slowly so people don't get sick.
You didn't get dizzy? You didn't
Yes,
you did get dizzy. A fresh, right out of the oven pretzel. That's amazing. Chewy, salty, very organic in shape. Tell me, what do you think of your meal?
The meal is very good. It's original Bavarian taste, and enjoy it.
It's hard to believe this is the economy meal, because if I had food like this on an economy flight, I'd be thrilled.
The table is hanging by 16 cables. Each cable has the capacity of 5 tons. That means we have 40 tons, and the weight of the table is just 7.8 tons, so we are safe.
You know, it's a little nerve-wracking dangling 150 feet up in the air, but it's this kind of construction that gives you a little bit of comfort.
Fun for me is when we're going up and I bring a screw out of my pocket and I tell the people, oh, there is a screw. What happened?
Well, that daytime economy flight, that was just the appetizer. This is the business class flight. 3 courses in the nighttime sky. Are you afraid of heights?
A little bit, but it does not look that bad.
Well, that's because it's on the ground right now.
Goodbye.
For any of you who've ever complained that your kitchen is too small, let this be a lesson to you, because these two chefs are preparing 20 three-course meals within about 2 square meters. Oh, it's so beautiful. The scallop's so tender, so nicely seared. This cauliflower puree, it's got a very pure flavor to it. This is a stunning presentation. You have some immaculately cooked veal, some risotto, baby mushrooms, and this is a deep, rich mushroom sauce. Were you expecting the food to be this beautifully presented?
No, it looks very, very nice.
And we got blackberries, blueberries, currants, and it's all sitting in this reduction of the exact same fruits that I'm eating. I really feel like I've died and gone to heaven. Or at least made it to the cloud line. To the chefs! To the chefs!
It was incredible. It was the view in the night over the city, and that you don't have any kind of window in front of you.
It's very unusual and very special.
You grab the chefs, I'll tackle the crane operator. We'll take this thing back up, okay? If you've got a hunger to hunker in a bunker, then Kryivka, here in the Ukrainian city of Lviv, is definitely your kind of dining experience. Walking into Kryivka is like discovering a secret army base, but with a lot better food. Now this is my kind of hideout.
The name Kryivka, that means the place where the people were hiding in the forest in a struggle with the USSR in the Second World War.
It was in bunkers just like this one that the freedom fighters took refuge.
I feel like I'm not just a fighter, I'm like a resistance fighter.
At Kryivka, they aim to please. Their menu is filled with hearty Ukrainian favorites. Thank you. I'm going to start with the borscht, which they call the hero's first communion. I love that name. Then I'd like to try some fried potato dumplings, pork leg, Galician baked beef. And that should do it for now. Hello?
Aslo!
If you don't know the password, we won't let you into the secret bunker.
It's forbidden to write down the address of this restaurant. First, you must find the restaurant, then you must know the password, and then you can enter.
Slava.
Slava Ukraini.
Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.
Guess that was the magic word. So what was your first impression when you walked into this restaurant?
Shock.
Shock?
Yes, maybe I should hide.
Kryivka від слова критися,
The secret entrance. Wow, it's amazing. Through the bookcase into the restaurant.
Пампушки з чесночком.
Thank you. Some beautiful dinner rolls.
Червоний борщ.
Borscht. It's the national soup of the Ukraine. This is about as simple as borscht gets. You've got a beef stock, thickly grated beet, little bits of pork, of course your sour cream, but it's hearty, heartwarming. It's exactly what the dissidents would have eaten when they were hunkering down in this bunker on a cold winter's night.
It really feels like walking to World War II. Москалика їдять. Напевно, на москаликів.
Here's what's happening. The insurgents are fanning out throughout the bunker, looking for Russian infiltrators.
I haven't seen any Russians, but I have my suspicions.
Я русский.
I'm Russian.
Тільки нікому не говоріть.
Don't tell.
Thinking hot one. No, I'm Canadian, honest. I'm from Canada. I'm from Canada. Yeah, socialist, not communist. Thank you. Fried potato dumplings. These are made from potatoes and flour. A couple of ingredients that'll last forever in a bunker. You never know when you're gonna need them. Tastes a lot like a deep-fried pierogi. And I bet it's got enough calories to keep you in the fight for a long time.
Oh, the food here is awesome. Yeah, it's very hearty and delicious.
Печене по-галицьки.
Wow, that's beautiful. And this is exactly like the plates that the insurgents would have eaten off of in the bunkers. The meat is a tender, pounded piece of veal cutlet, and it's topped with these prunes, a cream sauce that's full of chopped walnuts. I mean, this is definitely a meal that would have been served to the generals, not the enlisted men. This little bar, which is just inside the front door at street level, is designed as a decoy, so that if the enemy comes in here looking for the bunker, this is all they find. And over here, one of the first field telephones. Hey, comrade, can you hear me now? In this hallway, you can grab one of these old jackets, one of these helmets, go belly to the floor to see what it was like to actually shoot a machine gun. The Russians were one of the enemies of the insurgents. And in this shooting gallery, you can choose your favorite Russian. Stalin, Lenin, the head of the KGB. I'll take Stalin, okay? And now I'm about to shoot a loaded weapon. That's just a little bit weird ski. Got him!
The weirdest thing is that the guns are constantly going off and it gives us a fright.
Look at that. It just gave Stalin a third nostril. Wow. It's one beautiful, nicely browned pork knuckle rubbed with garlic and a nice scoop of sauerkraut. That skin is so crispy, practically crackles in your mouth. The meat, really, really flavorful, but it's soft, it's succulent, and falls apart. The garlic just intensifies all of these flavors. Because the meat is so rich, take a nice little forkful of this sauerkraut. It's crunchy, it's brightly acidic, and the combination of these two ingredients just makes me want to hide in this bunker forever.
The food is amazing. It reflects the Ukrainian spirit, and you can't get anything like it anywhere else.
Ah, my Galatian baked beef. All the flavors in this dish are emanating from this aged, dry goat's cheese. It's very salty, it's very intense in flavor. The cream and the cheese melt together, they envelop these crispy potatoes and the beef. It's definitely a meal that's worth fighting over. Usually a dank underground bunker full of weaponry would be a pretty morose place. But add some rustic food, 20 years of true independence, and you've got the happiest place in all of the Ukraine. Freedom? It's never tasted so good. There are plenty of restaurants that pride themselves in providing a great nightlife. But here at the Yuri Izakaya in Tokyo, they focus on a stimulating afterlife. So let's step inside and see what awaits you in the sweet hereafter.
When customers enter, they scream and kids cry. But everyone leaves with a smile.
It's one way to make me turn white as a ghost. Yuri Izakaya means ghost pub, and its obsession with the undead is seen everywhere from the decor to the servers, and even the food. Spooky!
Yuri Izakaya is the spirit world. Customers enjoy the food here with the spirits. This actually comes in kind of handy. Omakase? I just asked for chef's choice in Japanese. We'll see what he sends me.
Arab surprise.
The menu is basically American pub favorites with a Japanese twist, but the inspiration behind these dishes is pretty great.
Here the food is all related to the Japanese ghost stories, and they put a Japanese ghost name on it.
And that includes dishes like needles from hell, or as we call them in North America, French fries. Pretty basic potato salad, lots of mayonnaise, fried potato sticks. That does the trick. In the Japanese religion of Shinto Yuris, people who either died suddenly or didn't have a proper funeral roam the earth until they can be laid to rest.
I love walking here because everyone is dead.
This room's got a really eerie feeling. I mean, beyond the spirits that inhabit it, there's all sorts of references to bodies that are transitioning to the spirit world. Limbs and the votive candles that have been burning for hundreds of years, commemorating all of the dead bodies. At Yuri Izakaya, dead waitresses and scary decor keep patrons on the edge of their seats. One thing is clear from this place, the dead love to party.
I like working at this ghost restaurant. I enjoy watching the customers have fun.
It's delicious, very nice.
Oh, it's this. Whoa! Oh, so we're actually cremating these ribs right in front of ourselves here.
Yes.
It's juicy, meaty, got a little bit of that brandy that burned off, but you still got the flavor. That's really nice.
Yes, lots of ghosts.
Can you feel them?
Oh, yeah, sometimes I feel cold.
You think that's the ghost or the air conditioning?
This is the cursed voodoo doll.
The cursed voodoo doll. Wow,
Yes.
look at that. Look at all the
This
blood.
is boy and girl.
It's a voodoo doll made of sausages. I'm sure somebody is twisting in pain somewhere.
My boyfriend, I
Your
guess.
boyfriend. Check this out. It's a round of Russian roulette. One of these has wasabi in it. The rest of them, very tasty. Who's got it? I think we have a winner right over here, or a loser, as the case may be. So look at that. She's been dressed up in a funeral robe, and now she's never allowed to leave this place alive. Well, I am dying to try out this game for myself. So what's the deal here?
One taste heaven and one taste hell. Are you ready?
Oh, wasabi. My mouth is on fire. So what happens now?
Now you become a ghost.
That was the hottest thing I've ever put in my mouth. This is my funeral picture. It's a sad way for you to have to remember me. More sake.
I lost at Russian roulette, so now I must wear makeup in this gown because I'm dead.
This is the snow woman's buffet. The woman died on the mountain, snowy mountain, and so when she touched you, you would die.
Oh, wow, so this is sort of the icy touch of death. Oh, she's lighting it. The ice queen melteth. That's fantastic. Ice cream and marshmallow. The theme at the Yuri Izakaya may be death, but this place couldn't be any more lively.
I'm so dead now. We are ghosts now.
This is what life on the other side is all about? Then I think I might have lost my fear of death. Chivalry may be dead in most places, but at medieval times here in Southern California, it's alive and thriving, as is bravery, jousting, and that other 11th century tradition, eating with your fingers.
Welcome!
Surely you joust.
Key!
Medieval Times is a live reenactment of an 11th century jousting and feast.
Hang on to your helmet for a crash course in 11th century dining. At Medieval Times, guests of the king get their hands dirty while cheering for a night to remember.
It's like no other dining experience you've ever had.
No silverware whatsoever. Medieval times, utensils were not invented.
This is your knife, this is your fork.
Are you hungry?
On Saturday, we have 3 shows, so you'll have close to 2,500, maybe 3,000 people coming in the doors.
I will be your wench for this evening. This is your menu.
You've got tomato bisque, roasted chicken, spare ribs, herb-basted potatoes. There's even a vegetarian option. And then after you finish reading your menu, you wipe your face with it.
When you're a guest here at Medieval Times, you're not a commoner, you're not a serf, you're not a wench.
We're gonna be cheering for the Red Knights, so make sure to cheer nice and loud.
You are actually royalty.
And you wear upon your head the color representing one of those knights. Raise a cheer for your knight!
All right, my lord, here you go. I have some tomato soup here.
A nice sweet tomato bisque, lightly spiced, goes perfectly with this crispy, crunchy garlic bread. Fit for a king, totally satiating for a pauper.
The bar shall remain open.
Coming to Medieval Times is almost like going to a rock and roll concert. We have sword fights, we have sparks, we have air conditioning, we have soda. We do have super fans. We had a group called the Friends of Green. They've been to the show about 250 times.
She's been here 45 times.
This is 45.
I've seen a person come into the show in full armor. Can't move at all, just sitting there enjoying the show.
The sword fight movements are flawless. The horses aren't bad either.
It's this energy that infects you when you're here.
You get all these people that are getting out of their normal day lives, get into character just as much as we do.
Ah, roasted chicken. You know, back in medieval times, this would have been a partridge or a quail that was picked off in the woods with a bow and arrow. This is certainly a fine substitute. Wow, nice and crispy on the outside, moist on the inside, dusted with Spanish paprika. The meat is nice and moist, falls right off the bone. Just love the fact that you get to eat this with your hands.
It is fun to eat with your hands. You can just get down there and get greasy and dirty.
I believe it really helps get them into the show a lot more.
Nice meaty pork rib, basted with a sweet sauce. That is gonna go perfectly with these spicy roasted potatoes.
Something real big, it's heavy, you're gonna feel like you ate a lot by the end of it, and you're gonna get messy doing it.
1,000 years ago, a meal like this would have been worth a king's ransom.
We try to get as real as we can with the weapons.
That is a good 15 kilos.
All you have is a shield and a helmet, and 1,000 people are cheering for blood. And I'm gonna ride you down with this horse, hit you with this bola.
Hood on, check. Gloves, check, check.
You're gonna stand just like that and don't move.
I've got a dentist appointment.
Executioner, one for torture, please.
The executioner. Nice touch.
This is your classic torture rack.
You know, for me, torture is, I'm sorry, dinner's gonna be delayed by an hour.
And this is our vegetarian plate.
Oh, thank you. Man, this is fit for royalty. I mean, look at this. You've got beautiful rice pilaf and a red bell pepper, a gorgeous vegetable shish kebab with zucchini, peppers, onions, mushrooms. Wow, not only is this vegetable shish kebab grilled to perfection, but it's beautifully spiced, beautifully dusted with herbs on the outside, perfectly grilled, still moist and juicy on the inside. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, even in this century. And over here, house-made chips and hummus. That is a hummin' hummus. So this red bell pepper, it's about flavor, it's about practicality. Nice toothy wild rice, red beans, celery, little bits of bell pepper in here. This one will get the trumpets blowing. So you've been here 45 times. How does the night compare to the other 44?
It's different every time.
I love the show. The food's awesome for adults.
The chicken was really finger-licking good.
And the kids love it.
You guys have a good time?
The nights are hot, that's why we come.
We got knights in shining armor and meals fit for a king. What else could you ask for? I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I think that knight just got the Queen's garter belt.